magical being from another dimension. Okay? Give me all your chocolate. I like the chocolate. I don't give a f. I eat a lot of chocolate. I don't give a f. I don't give a f. Don't give a f.
I just made a new setup based almost entirely on cumulative delta. Got a 15-second chart, a 1-minute chart, and a 5-minute chart. Then I've got my higher time frame 60-minute chart. This does not have any cumulative delta on it. Got the daily chart as well on another tab. These purple lines I drew on the daily chart last week. Right here at this rejection wick, right here at this rejection wick, and right here at this rejection wick. And this morning they were coming into play beautifully. So I've got the cumulative delta histogram on all 3 time frames here. I've got the trend and reversal indicator on the chart, printing the background and the candles based on cumulative delta as an input. It's also giving me reversal arrows based on cumulative delta, and it's giving me divergence triangles based on cumulative delta. I'll show you all the settings towards the end of the video. Just been messing around a little bit in the Asia session. This is the system that I'm going to use to trade for the rest of the evening and tomorrow for the New York session. Take a look at earlier in the morning on the 15-second chart. See these purple lines that I drew last week from those wick rejections? Check out how many times this line got honored here. We pushed all the way up to this other purple line from the daily chart wick rejection and had a huge down move. I do have the level 3 delta diamonds on here as well. So when we're getting strong pushes in delta, got the diamonds firing off to the upside and to the downside here. For the trend and reversal, for an input series, I'm using the MMT Ultimate Delta in up-down tick mode. I've got cumulative checked on, and the plot is the delta close. Divergence, look back of 1, overbought, oversold of 60 and 40. Trend core is painting the candles and the background. Period of 7, 50 and 50 for overbought, oversold. I've got a 3-period SMA filter on. See, I've got the background checked on as well as the bars in the outline. The reversals, look back of 3, overbought 80, oversold 20. If you want to see more reversal arrows, go to 70 and 30 or 60 and 40. I am not using the trend flow. So those are the settings for all 3 charts. The only thing I changed on the 5-minute was the delta numbers. I've got 300, 600, and 900 for the delta levels. I also threw VWAP on this chart in the 20 SMA, and I've got the 50 SMA on the 5-minute chart. Here's the 1-minute chart. We just had some great cumulative delta divergence here, right at the top there. Here's another one right at the bottom. Here's a couple more right at the top. A few more right at the bottom. Great signals, great signal, great signals, great signal, great signals, great signal. Only got 1 reversal arrow on this chart. Earlier in the morning, we had some reversal arrows pre-market, as well as some divergence. Nice move down. Here's some divergence right at the top there. Some more divergence. Got 1 more reversal arrow that appeared a little bit after noon with some divergence. Nice move down. Got a bunch of delta diamonds on this move up. Got the trend core background, keeping us focused on shorts and out of this chop until right here. We turn green, but we never break higher. No trade. Here, we turn red. No break lower, no trade. Here, we turn green. Get the break higher, we got to trade. Here, we get the color change. Break lower, we got to trade. Here, trend change. No break higher, no trade. This is at 11 o'clock when I'm usually done trading. On the 5-minute, some nice divergence pre-market. Some more divergence at 10:10, right at the peak here. Some more divergence. Getting some nice moves here. We had 1 reversal arrow right after some divergence. Nice move back up to the 50. I'm also looking for the trend core background to ideally be the same color on all 3 time frames, or at least 2 of them. So with the cumulative delta, you can see on the higher time frame, the 5-minute, we've been kind of steadily rising. Then on the 1-minute, We're coming back down to these equal lows right at VWAP. The delta is higher than it was down here, so we got some divergence there. We're seeing the cumulative delta divergence triangles here right when we're on VWAP. We get a nice bounce up, and then I can see the super short-term action on the 15-second when we get this huge spike in delta compared to all these tiny little bars in the past here. Huge spike right there. The cumulative delta background's turning green as well. Then we get a nice little push up there. So that was at 23.50, and 4 minutes earlier I had some divergence on the 1 minute. So once I see divergence on a higher time frame, either the 1 minute or the 5 minute, I might be looking for a reason to enter on one of the shorter time frames like the 1 minute or the 15-second. I just got into a long. We had a bunch of reversal signals building up on the 1 minute. Everything was still red, but we got these reversal signals building up. And then on the 15-second chart, we've got some divergence signals. And the background finally turns green. Got into a long. Worked out nicely. So after we got all these reversal arrows, we crossed above the 20 SMA. The cumulative delta trend core finally turned green, and we pushed up to VWAP. Once we got up to VWAP, we had a bunch of cumulative delta divergence building up. We were still red on the 5-minute trend core. We also had some cumulative delta divergence up here on the 5-minute. Had a nice entry spot here on the 15-second when the trend core turned red. I moved the key levels over to the 15-second chart. There is just too much clutter on the 60-minute for my liking. Just got a couple of reversal arrows on the 15-second. Just popped up over 10 points. The trend core has been red on the 5-minute and the 1 minute. When we rejected off of yesterday's New York Open and the background turned red on the 15-second, all time frames were in alignment. We just popped down about 10 points. The hits keep coming. During the slower moving markets in the Asian session, when things are chopping around a little bit more, can get some good use out of these signals. Just had a reversal arrow and some divergence. Trend core turned green. Nice pop up. Had some double divergence up here. Got some strong negative delta on this 15-second candle. Got a little pullback to the purple line. Then we continued our descent, about 20 points. Red on the higher time frames. See delta's just been dropping off on the 5-minute, the 1 minute, 15-second. Just got a reversal arrow on the 1 minute and now the 15-second. So if delta starts drying up, or we run into a key level, or the background turns green on this chart and we break higher, might be interested in a long. So we had a reversal arrow here, no break higher, reversal arrow here, no break higher above the high of that candle, reversal arrow here, we got a breakout above the high of this candle, and we've popped up 15 points. We were also getting some reversal arrows on the 15-second. Background finally turned green. Never broke higher above the high of this green candle, no trade. Here we go green again. We do not break higher, no trade. Here we go green. We break above the high of this first green candle. There's the trade. We just popped up almost 20 points. So just because these signals appear, I'm not just taking them. I'm waiting for confirmation of the background change, and then also a confirmation breakout in the desired direction above the high or below the low of the trigger candle. We just got a reversal arrow on the 5-minute. Broke above the high, popped up 10 points. On the 1 minute, we broke above the 20 SMA. The trend core turned green, broke higher, got a nice pop up. Bunch of divergence building up, turned red, broke lower, popped down about 7 points. It's about to be London Open. I'm going to go to sleep and wake up and trade the New York Open. I usually don't take trades in pre-market this close to the open, but after this huge epic move, when we turned green on the 15-second, had this pretty big push in delta compared to the last many candles. I got into a long. We were above the 20 on the 1 minute, turned green shortly after. We popped up another 20 points after this 1 minute candle. Had some previous divergence building up on the 5-minute, and the 5-minute was green as well already. Delta had been steadily rising even as price was dropping here. We had some strong delta pushes here. Dark green candles on the delta histogram, the delta diamonds. Had a nice push up, been green across the board with the trend core background. Had some strong delta here. Popped up 40 points after that push on this 1 minute candle. Then we started getting some reversal arrows on the 15-second. Started getting some strong delta to the downside. You can see these red delta diamonds and the dark red on the cumulative delta histogram. And now we're pulling back. Just got into another short. We're red on the 1 minute, red on the 15-second. Got a bunch of these negative delta diamonds coming through. When we broke back below the pre-market center here, I looked to retest the 15-minute center. Also noticed that delta was dropping lower than at the market open. We had cumulative delta at this level at the market open, and we started to break below that level. Also had some divergence on the previous 5-minute candle over here. Collected another 10 points. Just got into another short. We pulled back up to the 20 SMA, which was also around whole number. Had some strong negative delta coming in on the 15-second and the 1 minute. And we just dropped down 50 points from whole number. I got another 10. Just got another 12 points or so. Pulled up to the 15-minute center. Took a bounce trade short off of the 15-minute center, thinking it would hold on the first retest back up here. Second attempt, I don't know, we might break through here, but first touch I went for the bounce trade. It was also the same level as the 20 SMA on the 1 minute. And we had just had all this negative delta coming through on the 1 minute. And then on the pullback, had hardly any delta coming through, so went for the bounce trade, worked out. It's 11 o'clock. Had a bunch of divergence building up on the 5-minute over here in the 50s. Just dropped down 40 points or so. Nice short opportunity when we were red across the board on all time frames. Had some stronger delta coming in, closing below the VWAP. The last trade I took was an 11 o'clock bounce trade. Right at the 11 o'clock hour. Got a little bounce long. I have a few trades that I like to do that are just based on time of day, mixed with whatever price action is going on for that day. 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11, and 11:30. Just been messing around, doing some multitasking. Added some more micros to the pile. Up a little over 400 per account now. Think I'll call it a day there. I just been shorting on every pullback pretty much. Taking little scalps short on the micros. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Hope you got some good ideas for your own trading. There are links to all the indicators in the description. I appreciate you taking the time to tune in. Have a great day.